well. But the first meal is these two protein bars right here. It's the white chocolate flavor of the Barabells protein bars. And it's like one of my favorite flavors. I just love white chocolate in general, so I love these. 20 grams of protein per. I'm gonna eat these like pre-workout probably. So yeah, these are the first food that's like 400 calories in total. And I'm gonna show you the post-workout meal afterwards, after this clip. So for the post-workout meal, I am using some butternut squash that I'm just cutting up, and I'm gonna roast that up in the oven. So I'm just adding it to a, I'm just cutting up it's like cubes, and adding it to some baking tray with baking, like a baking sheet on top. I'm adding a little bit of olive oil and some dried oregano and salt and some pepper also, and then I'm just kind of rubbing it in with my thingies, which are clean by the way. They're very clean at this point. And I'm gonna roast that in the oven at like 40 minutes at 220 Celsius, which is 430 Fahrenheit. And then in my bowl, I'm gonna add some spinach, some quinoa. This is half a cup of uncooked quinoa, which is also 85 grams. And then I'm adding some lemon juice and a little bit of salt. And then I'm kind of just mixing that together so that the spinach can kind of wilt a little bit because of the warm quinoa. And then I'm adding 1 whole can of chickpeas. And apparently one of the chickpeas in there were black, which is kind of funny. But yeah, I also added the roasted butternut squash that I just roasted. And then I added some pomegranate seeds also. So that's kind of like the base of the bowl. And then for my dressing, I made like a tahini dressing where I just used some tahini, some more lemon juice, and I also added some salt and pepper and a little bit of sriracha. And then I just mixed that up, and I also added a little bit of water, basically to consistency, a little bit of water, just as I was stirring it up until I reached the right consistency. And that's just a really easy tahini dressing that I really like making, and I definitely recommend you make this. It's really good, like it's really like creamy and delicious. So I drizzled that on top of the bowl, and that was meal number 1 right there. This was extremely good. I definitely recommend trying out making something like this. So this right here is my regular oatmeal recipe. If you want to check like the recipe, it's basically like oatmeal cooked in a microwave with some sweetener, some salt, and some cinnamon. I make this pretty much every single day. And then today I actually topped it with some Greek yogurt, banana, and granola. Granola is kind of new, but I've seen some people on Insta doing that, so I thought I would do that myself. It's really good. So to hit some protein in my third meal, I had 1 whole pint of skyr, which is like this kind of like Scandinavian, I think it's an Icelandic yogurt kind of thing that is really high in protein. And I added the whole pint to a bowl and added some dark chocolate that I just chopped up, and some raspberries also. Raspberries are not really in season right now, but they were actually on sale, so I got some raspberries. So yeah, that was meal 3. Really good combination right here with the raspberries and chocolate, and it was also a vanilla flavored skyr, which is pretty good. And for the final meal, I had some pasta. So I just took, this is 100 grams of pasta that I cooked up, and then I also added a little bit of spinach because vegetables. And then I had this tahini dressing, which is basically just tahini and lemon juice and some of some water and some salt and pepper is essentially what it is. I'm gonna link, like I have a video to that somewhere also. But yeah, that was the last meal, just the tahini pasta. This is really good. If you've never tried making that tahini pasta sauce, it's really good and really simple. So yeah, this was the full day of eating, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. And yeah, I'm gonna put the full macros on the screen here also.